Welcome. I'm going to be walking you through on how to build a manager workstation for a Darden restaurant. This monitor will stay on the countertop, so it would be a countertop mounted manager workstation. Let's begin. I'm cutting open the Dell monitor, as you can see. The Dell monitor is enclosed with a lot of components, but the only couple of things we're going to need out of this box: power supply, the DVI cable, as well as the monitor, the neck of the monitor, and the base of the monitor. Now, we're going to empty out the contents of this Dell monitor box. Now, I'm dumping everything out of the box. I'm going to lay the monitor itself flat on the tabletop, and I'm going to move all of the other items to the left. Now, I'm going to keep discarding to the right. As you see, it's off camera, so you don't need to see it. But what I'm going to do now is take this neck out, connect it to the base, snaps in, and I am going to attach it to the bottom of this monitor. Now, what I like to do is keep this foam on, this styrofoam, this plastic, and what I do is I cut a slit up the back. This protects it, and I can still build what I need to on the back of it. I'm going to start by removing the 4 screws on the back of the monitor. Now, I'm going to save these, so I'm going to set these to the side. Next, I'm going to open up the soundbar, and the soundbar actually gets mounted on to the actual Dell monitor. Now, because this is a Dell monitor and a Dell soundbar, they do integrate and connect very easily. Now, I'm just removing the cardboard, the plastic, as well as any other securities so I can mount this. And if you look closely at the soundbar itself, you'll see 2 protruding nodes that are going to seed or connect into the monitor at the base. Now I'm going to point to them. Should have did a little zoom in, but it's okay. If you see these, you'll be able to see it. This is what the soundbar box looks like, by the way. I'm going to take this plastic off. And just looking at the nodes, at the top of the soundbar, these are the 2 nodes that are going to seed or connect to the bottom of this Dell monitor. Those 2 locations that I pointed to at the bottom. And it goes to the left. And it can't go anymore, that's when you know it's locked. Alright, the next step is to attach the base. We're just going to tuck it in and slide it in. It locks naturally as well. Now we're going to add the mounting bracket that mounts to the back of the Dell monitor. This Dell bracket is going to actually hold the manager workstation PC. Alright, is this the right way to put it on? No way. We're going to flip it upside down and have the tall side at the top and that short side on the bottom. If you look, there's a knob on the right, and we're going to recycle the 4 screws that we took out the back of the monitor and put them right back in. And if you look at the bottom right of that mounting bracket, there's a screw that mounts into the back of the PC. That's how you understand the orientation that gets mounted to the back of the Dell monitor. Okay, so we're going to go to the next stage, which is putting the manager workstation PC inside of the bracket. This is the box that it comes in. Inside the box is going to be a keyboard, mouse, power supply for the PC, as well as the PC itself. That was the keyboard. This is the mouse. We also have the power supply and the PC. We're going to slide this in right there. That's where the lock goes in for that screw. We're going to slide it in, line it up with that bad boy, and twist it in to lock it in place so it can't go anywhere. Let's start our connections. First, we're going to start off with the DVI cable. The DVI cable that came with the actual mounting bracket is actually smaller, so I like to use this one. Less cables to manage. So I'm going to plug this into the monitor first, into the DVI port. After I plug it into the DVI port, we're going to plug this into the DVI port onto the PC. Make sure both connections are snug. And bada bing, bada boom. Now we can make it nice however you want to for cable management purposes, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Next cable we're going to install is going to be the power supply for the Dell monitor. I'm going to fish it through this opening in the stand, plug it in, and I'm going to actually have both powers as well as the data coming out of this stand's hole. So I'm going to reroute this and have it go through there as well. That way it's uniformed with the rest of these cables. The only cable I'm not going to put in there is the sound cable, just because it's bundled nicely and I can just kind of just pull it up like that. The next cable I'm going to install is the LAN cable or the patch cable. I'm going to fish it through, route it, and plug it in. This is a quick word from our sponsors. We just want to say thanks to all those at 3B2 Solutions for giving us the chance to make these videos to help inform those who are watching these videos on how to be the best tech that they can be and how we can go above and beyond. Disregard everything that is currently going on the screen and just listen to the soothing sounds of my gracious voice thanking you for all that you do and for going above and beyond every day. Now back to the scheduled program. Okay, the next thing we're going to connect is the USB mouse, and we are going to do what we've been doing with the rest of the cables. We're going to fish it through the opening in the stand and connect onto the back of the manager workstation PC. Next, we're going to install the USB keyboard following the same method that we just used. We're going to fish through the opening, but this time I'm going to actually bring the bundle through the hole with me to cable it a little bit easier, to save me some work, save me some time. You can do this, you don't have to do this. These are just cheats that I do to help cable manage things a little faster. Okay, so we're going to now affix this power supply to the managed workstation. Like magic, I pull that out of thin air. All jokes aside, that's a sticky pad that you can get out of a surface mount box or a biscuit jack box. That sticky pad we're going to put on the bottom of this power supply. We're going to massage that sticky pad down. We're going to remove the non-stick side to reveal the other sticky side or sticky portion of that sticky tab. And we are going to stick it and affix it to the manager workstation PC. Now, this can also be done with Velcro. It's probably preferred with Velcro, but I'm using what I have on site. And I'm going to actually put this towards the top, but I would like it to not be all the way at the top. So if somebody has to remove the PC, the power supply actually comes off with the manager workstation PC with no problems, no troubles. Now we're going to add the 3-prong power cable that goes to the power supply. We're going to fish it through, come up and plug into the power supply as well. Now I'm just going to plug in everything and cable manage it towards the wall. I have my outlets labeled on to the left, my power outlets to the far right. Yes, they probably should be next to each other, outlets, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're about 3 to 4 feet apart. And when it happens like this, I tend to zip tie them together with not crazy tension, but just enough where it's no stress or duress on any of the outlets. I'm going to cable manage this in an all-in-one bundle in the back. That way the slack sits in the back of the PC. We are going to add some additional zip ties to make this a cleaner cable management. After pushing this towards the wall, we're going to measure to make sure that the keyboard's enough where they can move it around if they have to. The mouse, they can move it around if they have to. I have ample room, ample space for both of those. And that's it, folks. That's a manager workstation from start to finish. Thanks.